Hey, what's up everybody? Today we're going to be talking about Jesus. We're also going to go to a spot that I've seen driving, and I've always wanted to go to, but I've never been there, so we're going to go check it out. I'm Josiah Douglas. I do biblical inspiration and motivation here on YouTube 5 days a week. If that's the kind of thing that you're into, go ahead and hit subscribe and we can do this every day together. All right, so where I parked was a little bit further away from where this place is than I thought it was. So maybe I'm gonna start reading the verse and get going talking about what we're talking about before we get there. Just stick around to the end and see the cool spot. Numbers 2:2 says, "The people of Israel shall camp each by his own standard with the banners of their fathers' houses. They shall camp facing the tent of meeting on every side." Numbers chapter 2 goes on to describe where each of the different tribes of Israel are supposed to camp relative to the tabernacle and the tent of meeting. And all of the different spaces are mapped out north, south, east, and west of the tabernacle. When you first start reading this, your first instinct is that the Israelites are camped in a giant circle around the tabernacle. But then when you read into it a little bit further, you realize, no, it's not a giant circle. They're only camped around the north side, the south side, the east side, and the west side. They're not on the northeast or the southwest or anything like that. There's these corners that aren't filled in. So it's less like a circle and more like a big X. You know, they're around the tabernacle and X marks the spot. Then if you actually go and you take a piece of paper and you plot out exactly where the Israelites are camped around the tabernacle, it's not really an X, it's actually more like the shape of a cross. I think we're coming up to the spot soon. All right, I found the spot. Unfortunately, as you can see, there's a fence around it. But come look at this, come look at this. Looks like somebody else had the same idea I did and they cut a big hole in the fence. Let's go check it out. So this is a piece of an old bridge. It's just kind of here next to the freeway along this bike path that just kind of juts out and then stops and doesn't go across the creek at all. I'm not 100% positive, but I think what happened is this bridge used to go across the creek here, but then when they built the freeway, they rearranged the roads and they built a new bridge over there that goes across the freeway and the creek. And they just, for some reason, left this chunk of bridge just sitting here off the side of the creek. There's like broken glass all over the ground here. I'm trying not to cut myself. This is definitely the kind of spot that people come and do drugs. What's really cool about how the Israelites camped around the tabernacle is that it was shaped like a cross. All those thousands of years before Jesus was even born, before he died on the cross, before the Romans had even come up with the cross as a way to kill people, they were out there in the shape of a cross, not knowing that even the way that they camped around the tabernacle was pointing towards Jesus. We've talked about this before, that the entire Bible points towards Jesus. The entire Bible, from beginning to end, it's talking about Jesus. And it's amazing to me that even in little weird details, things like how the Israelites camped, how they set up their camp around the tabernacle, was pointing towards Jesus being born and dying for our sins. So when you're reading the Bible, just be on the lookout for stuff like that, because as you're reading the Bible, throughout the entire Bible, from Genesis all the way to Revelation, it's talking about Jesus. There's little bits of things that are like all about Jesus throughout the entire Bible. And if you look for them, you're going to find them because they're there. So are there any cool bits that you know of in the Old Testament that are pointing towards Jesus? Let me know in the comments below. If you like this video, go ahead and hit the like button. If you haven't yet, hit subscribe and hit the bell. That way you get notifications when I do these videos every day. Thanks guys, I'll see you tomorrow.